Hey, what's up, guys? It's KNR.
Why do you always do that?
Hey, guys.
It's KNR.
Back at it again with another
Video. Okay.
Last video, 2 videos ago, you saw that at the end of the video, we asked you for scenarios.
To give us scenarios for us to act out. Well, no, not act out, but like to put ourselves in your shoes. And what we would do in your sitch. So
we have some we have some questions, and you guys want some advice for relationship, whatever, so not happening just there what this when why. And we're gonna answer them like she said, as if we
were in you.
We were in you, we were you.
We were in you.
As if we were you. Because this is what we would do. We're not experts, we're not masters, so you can't fault us if anything goes wrong if you listen to us.
Disclaimer.
So let's see. Let's get some questions. Alright, question number 1.
So we haven't read the questions or scenarios. So this is gonna be like on the spot. No preparation. Just what we feel we would do. There. Okay, go.
Hey! Well, let's name this person. What are we naming them?
Why do we have to name them?
So we can address them. Slice.
Home Slice.
Okay, Slice. Slice! Hey, I saw your recent video with Ricci and I'm in a very confusing situation. I have known this guy for 2 years now. I've never really thought of him as more than friends, but always had some sort of hidden feelings for him. I can tell he feels the same way. But the thing is, I don't see him in my future.
Okay.
We are both 2 different people with different plans in life. Because of this, I never thought of him being more than friends. But I found out 2 of my other friends are like him.
Drama.
And it made me realize the feeling I had didn't go away. Before, I never used to think about him, and now I do. Whenever we see each other, it's awkward because we want to get closer and talk more, but we don't want to hurt each other as we know nothing will happen. I don't know if I should encourage him to date others, knowing we have feelings for one another, be friends, or if I should keep my distance. Please help.
I would keep my distance.
So why?
So they both kind of know that they like each other. That's what she said
Yeah,
at the very end.
She said that. Yeah, right.
But knowing that there's 2 other girls that like him, she feels like she's gonna lose him to those 2 other girls, and that just confirmed that she actually knows that she has feelings for him.
Right.
Because of
that's what confirmed it. That's
the other
what confirmed liked him.
Yeah, like because 2 other girls like him, then you kind of want that spot in his life. But you guys said, or she said that you don't really see him in your future. Why is that? Because the goal for every relationship
is
marriage. So if you don't see this guy in your future, and the only reason why you think you like him is because of 2 other girls,
then what's the
point? Keep your distance, girl.
Yeah. So that's something that drew me too. First, you say, I found out 2 of my other friends like him, and that made me realize that maybe I like him too. Almost like it ignited some competitive fire.
Yeah.
You know, like you want something you can't have.
Yeah.
And if he's taken, then you definitely can't have him.
Yeah.
But if he's not taken, then there's an option, right?
Yeah.
And also, I think it's interesting. You said you can tell he feels the same way. But at the end, you said you know that he likes you.
Yeah. So is there some sort of exchange? They both know.
So this is the thing. You're 2 different people, 2 different plans in life. You thought of it maybe before. You closed the door. But now, since 2 friends suddenly like him, you're like, oh, wait, I actually like him too. And now, it used to be you could tell that he likes you. You could tell he feels the same way, which maybe he does. But now, it's no longer just telling, like, feeling that he likes you also, but now it's you both know that you like each other, right?
Yeah, I just think that from the very start you made it clear that you didn't really have a stable reason why you should be with him or
Right.
why you like him,
Oh, that's
or
good.
there was no clear, like, you were like very unsure of like your feelings for him.
Right.
You said that you were what? You guys aren't compatible, is that what you said?
Yeah, because
Essentially?
they're two different people.
You guys are
and
two different
Two
people.
different future goals.
Two different future goals. And I think that in a relationship it's important to have an established like vision for the future, because at this point I feel like maybe you're still young, maybe you're still figuring out your path in life,
Right.
maybe you're still figuring out what your likes or dislikes are. So yeah, I feel like because there's no stable foundation of why you really like him, then
Yeah. So what's your final answer here?
well, it's kind of confusing, but because you said at the very end that you guys already have a mutual understanding of your feelings for each other, I would make it clear to him that you need space, because given that you guys already like each other, if you guys were to try to be friends, which is a mistake that people make when they kind of want to make things right, you instead grow the feeling a little bit more, or the awkwardness is still going to be there because you guys both know that you like each other, so expectations are there. So it's really a matter of just distancing yourself from the person that you like, just so you don't grow those feelings.
Right. I would say maybe just distance as well. Not really so much the same reason, but just because you know nothing will happen. So if you know that nothing will happen, then playing like little like cat and dog kind of pursuing each other thing, and you know nothing will happen, which is what you said, then yeah, there's not much point. You think you're two different people, you have two different futures planned out, you don't want to get closer and talk because you'll hurt each other,
Yeah.
and you know nothing will happen. Yeah.
It's better to cut it off in the very beginning than step into it,
And then it's too late.
and then have all these expectations with each other, and then end up breaking up with each other, which is another heartbreak. So
I'd rather have headaches
Over
over heartaches. You got me bad.
plug.
My new album is right down there. So thanks, Slice. We say, see you later
Alligator.
to the guy. Let the other two fight over him.
Yeah.
Let the other two try to claw their way into his life. It's more fun to spectate than to be in the arena. So see you later.
You can see how that works out.
You can see how that works out. And judging
a
by how that's
distance.
see you later, alligator. Alright, here we go. Kelly.
Okay, can I read it?
Yeah.
I'm currently in a weird limbo state where I'm finally getting close to God and am more serious about my relationship with Him. However, recently, I'd say the past 3 months, mutual likeness bloomed between myself and this guy.
It's funny how guy is in quotations.
Yeah.
Is he not really a guy?
What is it?
And just guy. Like, okay, is he a girl? It's fine. Just let us know.
Why I know this may be a toughie to answer, being that there aren't specific outlines of dating in the Bible. I'd still like to know, when is it okay to date? In context to the guy.
Is he a girl or not? Let us know. Please.
I don't see him as a hindrance to my faith, being that he is Christian as well. However, I don't know if it will cause problems. I come from a rough past filled with not so godly dating. Since this will be one of my first encounters of godly dating, I'd really like to do right. Oh my gosh.
What's happening there?
Sorry. I'm focusing on my spit on the thing. Okay, since this will be one of my first encounters of godly dating, I'd really like to do things right, and most especially in accordance to God's will. I understand that praying is important and is definitely something we've diligently kept individually, along with reading the Bible. However, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the matter. So, how do you guys know when you're ready to date? Is dating someone while building your relationship with God going to be a setback to that? even if they have the same faith, value, etc.? What are some scriptural advice? P.S. Apologies for the essay. I really do appreciate your guys' time, effort, and care for posting up your videos like this. Being that I'm still on a lookout for both a church and mentor, it's comforting and encouraging to have Christ-like influences like you both online who I can look up to. Blessings, love, and peace to you both. Love your sis in Christ, in need of some dating advice.
Okay.
All right.
So your question essentially is, when do you know it's okay to date? Is dating someone while building your relationship with God going to be a setback? 2 questions, right? When do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, here, 3 questions. When do you know it's okay to date? How do you know when you're ready to date? And is dating someone while building your relationship with God going to be a setback to that? All right.
Take it away, honey.
From 3 to 1. Question 3. Is dating someone while building your relationship with God going to be a setback to that? Here's the news flash for you. I make editing so hard for myself. You will never find any moment, any space, any season in your life where you have completed building your relationship with God.
Whoa.
Period. There's never going to be a moment like, is dating someone while building your relationship with God going to be a setback? You're always going to be constantly building your relationship with God. There's no arrival moment. There's no final of, finally, now that I have finished building. It's a constant building till the day I die. I'm going to touch the sky. Now, I think it's important. What is your definition of dating? What's your definition of dating? Go.
Dating is, I don't know.
Come on. Time's running out. What's your definition of dating? Go.
Dating is getting to know a person that you know you're gonna marry. I don't know.
Or that you want to find out if you want to marry?
I guess so.
Sure. Now,
But
question 2.
Okay.
What's courting?
Courting is pursuing that woman. What do you mean?
So what's the difference between dating and courting?
Courting is beforehand.
And dating is?
After.
Well, see, that's where the thing is interesting. Because I had a class with a room full of Caucasians, like 3-4 Filipinos, and everyone else was flipped around.
What do you mean everyone was flipped?
What I mean by this is that dating is you go for coffee and that's a date.
Okay.
Courting is I know I'm ready to marry you, and this is the intentional pursuit.
Okay.
So what's your definition of dating, honey?
Oh my wow.
I would guess culturally, dating for you is like your boyfriend, girlfriend, and you're walking towards marriage, right? So how do you know when you're ready to date? When you're ready to be single. How do you know when you're ready to date? When you are ready to be single. When you are completely okay with being single. When you are like walking down the street, you see like a love, and you're like, oh, that's so nice, but I'm chill by myself. You dig me? I'm gonna go on movie dates by myself. I'm gonna treat yourself.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
The first thing I usually see is when you are so content in simply living your life. You're so content in just simply building your, like, the thought of any guy is not even anywhere in the picture. You're just so focused on yourself. That is when you know that maybe you're entering that season of being, with someone else. Because the thing is this, when we get so needy for a relationship, we often miss a lot of the big red flags that we would have seen if we weren't as needy.
Right, that's right. Pound to that.
Pound.
That's
I'll say it
good.
again. For the people in the back, for the chicas listening, for the chicos watching. The problem when you get into a relationship and we are needy for affection, we're needy. We have this intense desire to be in a relationship. The problem is that when we get into these relationships, we miss a lot of the red flags that we would have seen had we not been so eager to jump into the relationship season.
Right, that's true.
So when you know you're chill being single, you have no thought about it, no inkling in your heart. Of course there's some desire somewhere there, but you would rather be like, I'd rather go out with the girls. I'd rather visit Gordon Ramsay's kitchen restaurant by myself.
Oh my.
That's like, okay, well, now that you've had this eager intense, passionate desire for a relationship out of the way, now you're ready to clearly think, okay, what do I like? What do I want? What do I dislike? What can I tolerate?
That's true.
That's the first thing. I think the second thing is, are you ready? And another question is, how do you know you're ready? I would say, are you ready emotionally?
Did you heal from your past?
Have you healed from your? If you have not healed from your past, honey,
hurt people will hurt people.
Sure, it's just that. It's that, you know, if you haven't healed from your past, if you haven't healed from the, you know, the emotionally haven't healed from the things that you've gone through, girlfriend cheated on me, boyfriend cheated, whatever it is, you're entering a new relationship with all this baggage, with hurts that have not been healed over, and so now you're just like ignoring your hurts, ignoring the brokenness in your heart, and that leads to ignoring even more red flags. You say, because I left that guy, the new guy is better, or because I left that girl, the new girl's better, when you are blinded to see that the patterns that the old guy had, the old girl had, that you didn't like, are the same, maybe the same patterns in this new relationship, and so you're susceptible to more hurts. Are you financially ready? You ain't gotta be a millionaire, billionaire, bucks in the bank. You ain't gotta have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in your bank account. But you just gotta know that a relationship takes some money.
For the future.
What do you think? Even now. Because your restaurant is not just one person anymore. You're eating for 2 people today.
I think there's a lot of practical, I think we rely so much on just like the spiritual revelation.
Spiritual and emotional
which
too.
It has to come in everything, all aspects
They play.
But we forget the practical aspect that we do live
in this world.
We have to provide for our families. We have to eat. We're going to have a family soon. So it's like we need to have a future set for us kind of thing. You have to have your career set. I think sometimes we come into it without any plan for our life.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I mean, where we just want to love.
We just want to experience love.
We want to experience love.
Forget about everything
Forgetting
else.
about the practicality of living, for example, in Vancouver, where it's very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that there's so many other factors than just spiritual revelation.
Mm-hmm.
Revelation. Yeah, because sometimes we use our spiritual revelation as an excuse where it's just our feelings.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And we don't confirm with
with anyone else, whether or not it's
so we just keep it to ourselves and we rely on our feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you content with being alone? 1. 2, are you ready? Emotionally, have you healed? Right? Financially, can you take on the burden of another body? Hanging out with your body? 3, was that 3 or was that 2?
3.
3?
I think so, yeah.
That was 3. 4, are you spiritually ready?
Very important.
If you're a Christian and we're coming from a Christian standpoint, obviously I'm a pastor.
Oh, and also not all Christian guys are the right guy.
Yeah, which is actually what I'm going to address after.
Yeah.
Because there's a comment underneath. But spiritually, are you ready to handle a relationship? Are you grounded enough in Christ that you know who you are? You know your identity? That you don't find your identity from some guy telling you look pretty? Girl, you're beautiful already. You are made in the likeness and the image of God, the image of the Creator. I'm telling you, you get into a relationship and you are not ready, all it's gonna be is total drama. She asked why I don't blow up the beeper. I said I ain't got no time for creepers. But yeah, I mean, are you mature in your faith is what I'm saying. You know, and we come from a Christian, standpoint. So are you mature in your faith in that aspect? Whatever you believe in, are you founded there? Right? Because if you're not, then any guy can tell you who you are and you're going to believe him.
Right.
Which is a case in why a lot of people don't leave abusive relationships, because the other person has such a hold on it. And now that's an extreme, but there's the minor where people can have a hold on your identity, and so you're like an incomplete person. You know, like I'm pretty sure we said in our last video, you're an incomplete person going around looking for people to complete you, and so you think, oh, he completes me. He can't complete you. He can't even complete himself. She can't complete you. She can't even complete herself. So it's not two incomplete people coming together and finally now you're complete, but you gotta be complete before you find.
Right.
You gotta be complete before you seek. You gotta be complete before you search. And now you don't gotta be fully like, you gotta have this much in the bank, you gotta have this, you gotta be this, you gotta do that. But like, you gotta have a good sense in where you're going, what you're doing, where you're at. And at the end of the day, you're the best judge for yourself. But also at the end of the day, you're sometimes the worst judge for yourself. So what I suggest, find a mentor. Because Kelly, if I were you, I would find a good church. I would find a mentor, find someone that could speak life into me, someone that could rebuke me. I would walk into this season and we say season a lot. What we mean is the next up to the next milestone, right? In this next area of our lives, of your life. But if I was you, of my life, I would take this as an incredible, big self-discovery moment.
Yeah.
There you go. Anything else to add?
I thought you wanted to talk about all guys
right.
or not.
And so there was a comment underneath. Someone tried to.
Oh, someone trying to
answer it. Oh my gosh, it's long.
Let's see what she said.
For me, I think just because someone's a Christian does not mean it's a sure sign that it's A-okay.
You got that right, girl.
I'd want to know where he's at with his relationship with God. That's the thing too. It's not just about you, but it's to the tango, to the clap, to the dance, to the salsa. Is he who he says he is? Or is he an empty shell with a cross tattoo?
And a cross necklace.
Is he who he say he is? Or is he an empty page with a Bible verse bio?
That's true.
Figure out who he is. Figure out who he is. He might be a monster. I'm just kidding. Is he serious about his faith and wanting to have a godly relationship? You might as well have read her answer.
So let's read it out for people.
This is it. That's all you gotta read. Just because someone goes to church regularly doesn't mean they know God. Just because you live in a garage doesn't mean you're gonna be turned into a car.
What?
But even before you start asking those questions about him, ask yourself, am I ready to date? We should have just not even answered the question at this point. This is it.
I didn't even know there was a comment below.
To commit to someone and let them into the most personal and vulnerable parts of your life? Do I confidently love myself? This is important because you can't expect to enter a relationship and genuinely love someone without even being able to love yourself. The love you think you're giving away may likely be something else. Maybe some way to secure that they will like you. Will their love for you be the main thing that makes you feel a sense of worth or value? The reason why I think for me it is important that my relationship with God is strong for entering a relationship is this. I don't want my relationship to be the idol I worship. I want to be secure first in my identity. What we've been saying is that I'm so simply loved as God's child. That's what I said. And not just know that, but feel that with certainty, even when I'm going through my lowest lows. So to be straight to the point, he may not be a hindrance to your faith by his influence, but by being in a relationship before your identity is secure, just you and God, it will slow that process down of finding your security in Christ and in that way be a hindrance. Keep praying about it, reflecting on it, not just hearing your own thoughts, but what you think God might be telling you. So we answered the being okay on your own. We answered the emotionally. We answered the financially. And she answered the spiritually. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Thanks.
Hey.
Does she love me from my eyes? I can't tell. Does she love me from my walk? I can't tell. Got 100 side of the top down, it's for real. Yeah, she love me from my walk? I can't tell. Does she love me from my eyes? I can't tell.